Hi, it's such an honor first to just be here talking to you after I've seen you on screen for all my life and loved your work as an actress. I'm honored. But let's talk about Straight Outta Compton. First, where's Miss Marla Gibbs straight out of?
I'm straight out of Chicago.
Straight out of Chi-Town.
South side of Chicago.
Don't get no realer than that.
And then Detroit, and now here.
So you go on from Chicago to Detroit to LA.
All my studies were done in once.
It must not be a woman harder than Miss Marla Gibbs. How did you grow up with this? I mean, how did this happen?
Please help me. Will you please?
She had to be the hardest mom ever.
Right. Well, there were some laughs in there. There were some laughs in there.
Well, you think about when Straight Outta Compton came out, and a lot of the parent generation at the time was upset about the lyrics. What do you think of that movement when you look at it now and it's made billionaires like Dr. Dre and everything else?
Well, you know, when they first came out, I was telling my grandson, you can't listen to that because next thing you know, you'll be calling a woman a bitch. And of course, he kept on listening. And then as we got more educated about life and what people were going through and how they expressed themselves, it changed everything.
When you look at the movie and how police brutality kind of sparked the music and the movement, and you look at today, do you see is there something missing today from that movement that doesn't have the same energy that NWA and the LA riots in that period had?
I think it goes around constantly, as it was, is now, and ever shall be.
You know, and I think that when I look at what's happening today, and we look at what was happening with NWA in the 80s, these brothers, they had a voice, they were tired of being pushed around, and they had something to say. They took the mic and they had a message. When you look at the arrests and some of the killings that's happening today, it's because these brothers and sisters have a voice, they are tired, and the police don't like the fact that they're not obeying. So they're pushing back, there's pushback. And so not a lot has changed, some things have changed, but unfortunately, I think this is going to shed a light on how little things have changed. And thank God, when you look at who they are now, back then we looked and we said, oh, these are thugs. My son teased me because I threw out some of his stuff when he was little, because I was like, oh no, you're not bringing that in the house. And then I started listening, and I'm a product of the 60s and the 70s, and I said, oh, these are revolutionaries in another way. They're from the street. So now when you look at billionaires and you look at what Ice Cube is doing, you look at Dr. Dre, and you're like, were they really thugs, or were they just tired? Did they have a message? So I think we're going to see that today, that they were tired and they had a message. I get to play Ice Cube's mother, and working with O'Shea Jr. was wonderful. Working with F. Gary Gray was wonderful, and I'm glad to be part of what I think is going to become a classic film.
I think they said so much in that one scene with you that said so much about Ice Cube's parents, and that's all they needed to show, how you handled that situation. So great performance.
Thank you so much. Well, I know I channeled some real life stuff. I have a son. I'm a mother. I saw police, pulling their guns on him. And so I just pulled it up from what was real. And I think F. Gary Gray saw that. He said, yeah, she's not playing. What do you do when you raise your children to be good children, to be contributing citizens, and people push them around for no reason? What do you do? There is a rage, even though we're not supposed to get angry with the police. It's hard not to. So anyway, I want to also mention that Black Jesus is coming out. I did the first season last year. Second season, created by Aaron Magruder and Mike Clattenburg in the fall. So please look for it. Play Miss Tootie. I'm a gangster. So maybe it's appropriate that I'm at a movie. Oh, I'm sorry. And when people ask me where I channel Miss Tootie from,
I'm a gangster.
Miss Tootie is Florence on steroids. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, straight out of Detroit here.
All right, so straight out of Chi-Town, straight out of Detroit, straight out of Compton red carpet. Thanks, man.
And I'd like to say on the 21st of this month, Grantham and Rose is dropping on Netflix.
Okay.
Yeah. She's wonderful in it. Road trip. Yes.
Jake Austin is Grantham and I'm Rose. It's a wonderful film we did in Atlanta.
All right, we'll check it out.
All right.
On the 21st of this month.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you.